Okay, so we're gonna look at some of the games played by Armad, Anit, and Biel. So let's take a look at these games. So first game is d4 knight f6, c4 is played, pawn to g6, knight to c3, bishop g7, e4 d6. So our friend Anit, the mod of the channel, he plays the King's Indian here. So far so good. Which player is Anit? Anit is playing with the white pieces in this game. He's playing with the white pieces. So King's Indian, knight of 3 castles, bishop e2, very, very good. e5, he plays bishop e3, playing the Gligerich system here in the King's Indian. Knight g4, bishop g5, f6, bishop c1. Very, very good. What can I say? Thank you to Lafredo for the 2. Thank you to Music Amphetamine, the tier 1. Pretty good. All theory, all standard. Knight 6 castles, knight h6. Now again, castles here is probably not the best move. I believe technically d5 is considered better, and the reason is because after castles, I think after takes, there's takes f5, which was seen in the very recent game between Carl over from Coffee Chess. He's about a master player, and Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, who played with the black pieces and soundly beat him. So that's why probably in this position d5 is a little bit better than castling here. Those of you who have not seen that video, you can go to my YouTube channel and find the game. It was against NM Carl. The video does exist on YouTube. No problem. Good luck. You want to play a specific line against this or not?
Knight g4.
Okay.
Hey! You got it, like, guy who knows what he wants.
I didn't think this would happen. Okay, I did.
And see, just like our good moderator channel, Anit, Carl here castles, which is not the best move. He should have played pawn to d5. But anyway, yeah, so this was the point I was making. I'll just show the next couple of moves from this game. This was pretty notable.
Oh.
Now here I played knight h6. I think the reason I did it was because I think after takes 94 f5, I thought there was going to be something that was a little bit unclear. Again, white fails to play d5, and you'll see that in a move after b4. Now finally I trade, and then I go f5, and then I'm much better here. Yep, and f5, exactly. Yeah, so that's all we need to see from this video of the game as we get back to the Anit game. But the point that I was making there is that in this position, d5 is generally considered the best move versus castles. Anyway, castles is played, knight to h6 is played, pawn takes pawn is played. Actually, you know what's funny? This is the exact game. This is the exact game that I played. This is hilarious so far. This is very funny. So knight h6 was played here. You know, it's all pretty standard, I would say. And now takes is played by Anit. So Anit improves upon the game played by a master level player. He chooses not to play rook b1, which is not the best move. He takes a pawn. Again, maybe not the absolute best move. I think d5 is again very strong, but if he follows it up with the correct continuation, bishop g5 and rook b1, not the best way of playing this. Probably what I would have recommended here was I thought there was some c5 here, like maybe bishop g5, queen d7 and c5 is a move, or maybe queen b3 and c5. But I feel like this is a little bit slow. That being said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Knight f7, bishop e3, very good. Knight e7, b4, pretty good. Bishop h6, that's not a move you want to play here as black. Bishop h6 generally is a little bit dubious. Because you don't want to trade. I felt some water on my hand. I felt like some water on my hand, so I just looked up at the ceiling to see if suddenly there's like a leak or something. Yeah, I definitely felt like a drop of water on my hand. Anyway, all right. Okay, so the stockfish is leaking. True, good one. Anyway, bishop h6 is played. Now generally is a little bit dubious when you do this, because if you're not getting a knight to f4, trying to trade the dark square bishops is not the best idea here. So queen d2 trade, very good. h6 c5, very good move played here by Anit, by the way. There's bishop c4 coming as well. There's rook d1. Very good game by Anit here. Bishop c4, okay, takes, rook d1, queen c7, knight b5. Wow. This is some very good play. What can I say? This is I could not have played this better myself, I have to say. This first game, Anit is playing this like a boss. Trades knight e6. Okay, rook b2 actually is kind of a mistake here. What white should play is probably knight c8. If knight takes, you always have like rook d7 and infiltration. And after takes, if rook c8 is rook d7 again, same kind of problems here for black, and I think white's just much better. But that being said, it's not like it loses the game or anything. So bishop g4, rook d3, knight c6. Okay, now this is a big mistake here. Probably what black should do is just take, and then after takes, maybe like king g6, try to get the knight to d4 again. It still should be quite a bit better for white, but it's not completely winning. So knight c6 is played. Knight e1. Now this is the first move played by Anit that is not the best move. That's what I'd say, not the best move. You probably here should go b5 to remove the pony, which is guarding the pawn. And after takes, I think you can just take on c6, and it's pretty disastrous here. If bishop takes e4 in this position, you can go knight takes e4, rook takes e4. Now there's a very funny tickle here, which is you can play pawn to f3. After f3, you hit the rook, you create the loof square. There's no checkmate, and white should just be completely winning. That being said, it's not obvious, so it's not that big of a deal, but b5 would have been a little bit better. So knight e1, bishop e6, a3, good move. Consolidate the chain, support the base on a3. Knight d4, knight c2, knight e2, king f1, very good. Rook f8, f3. Now this is f3 necessary. I'm wondering if you can actually grab the knight. Probably you can, but I'm guessing after takes, and you go like king e1, rook g2. Black's gonna get castle mania on the 7th, the double rooks. A little bit dangerous and tricky to play, so I like f3. Knight c1, rook c3, rook d8. Probably here you should go rook d1 to hit the knight on c1. Mod game, like the game between the mods. No, a mod is playing in the Biel Chess Festival, so a little bit different. So rook d8, rook c7, king g8, knight e3. Wow. Now this is an amazing move from Anit. Not the best move probably objectively, but an amazing move to basically fossilize the knight on c1 here. So knight d3, rook d2, takes, rook c3, good move. Bishop d7, knight c4, takes, bishop b5, rook c3, g4, king f2, takes, rook h4, king g3, rook f4, knight e5, and now white's up 2 pawns in the center. Black has a double stack, should just be GG's. Let's just see how much, if there's any need to look further. Rook c8, f4, f5, king f4, and h4. Very, very good. Thank you to Nico the Greek, GG for the 2 months. Thank you to Polanda for the 7 and Super Mario for the 14. This was a game played by our mod Anit Chess. I'm not sure if he's actually here in the chat right now, but he's playing the Biel Chess Festival, so we're covering a few of his games. That's what we're doing. So this is a very, very nice win by Anit. Really, really good.